17. 1763.
Greetings, future Yankees. It is I, General Jeffrey Earnhardt. Today, I'm going to be educating you on how King George III was actually and how he was perceived by you freaks. Remember, I protected you from the French, so give a little respect. Now,
Viva la France!
seize him!
I'm on
Fire! Now, where was I? Let us begin.
Anyways, what I was saying before is, today we are going to be examining the differences between the actual King George and his character portrayal inside of Hamilton. It's actually a lot more different than you think. We're going to be going through different eras of how he's perceived and like how that's translated to the show, and also go through different sources for each one. It'll be a little bit messy, but it'll be good. Alright, so let's start with saying this song is actually the least accurate out of any of the songs here. While he was a flamboyant X inside of the song, the reality was pretty unfortunate. Practically what King George was trying to do was make a good image for himself and be a good leader by not trying to be a total monarch. Plus, he had 11 children to take care of, so he thought it'd be best to leave Parliament to deal with the debt. After all, a good king will let things happen through democracy. He wasn't Henry VIII. So he did, only to discover that the colonies have gone into open rebellion because Parliament put in terribly executed taxes. Now, he had to desperately micromanage armies and try to get the colonies back through any measure. No breakups here. We see the lyrics like, "My sweet, submissive subject, and you say our love is draining." This is mostly personification of the breakup letter metaphor used for the Declaration. It is also a modern way of showing a tyrant through it being a dramatic satire instead of the typical crazy, scary caricature. This one is actually the most accurate out of all of them. The mix of emotion from losing the colonies and the interest in their newborn nation actually do happen inside of history. The line, "The price of my war is not a price that you're willing to pay," is especially ironic, because Parliament started this war and lost the support to finish it, making any sort of negative emotions had quite justified.
Wait a minute. That is completely untrue. Now wait just a...
When they wouldn't have been inside this mess without Parliament messing it up. The line, "all alone, across the sea," is very emotionally exaggerated, but when he did finally accept the war was over, he took very great interest into where America would go, even if it was a point of contention to him. After all, he called Washington the greatest man to ever live, if he'd resigned on his own terms.
Hey, glad you came back another night. I promise it'll be a lot more interesting this time. So we know one thing is very true in this song of history. King George III had good meetings and didn't hate Adams during his time in office. Adams made the US and England friends. So, in other words, it must be nice to have John Adams on your side. Anyways, and one thing is to mention, the idea that King George is insane is totally a myth. He only got mentally ill in 1810. Then he grew a crazy beard and totally went off his rocker, man. And I gotta go. And also, look to your left.
Welp, that's the end of our show. Anyways, here's our sources.
Hear ye, My name is Samuel Seabury, and I present free sources used in the production of this video. Heed here, Wikipedia, and then Britannica, Royal Collection, no trust. Documentaries such as The Genius of the Mad King, last source oversimplified. For fun, wait!
Well, they say all good things come to an end.
What's that got to do with this show?
Fine. Here's a performance for you.
You say the price of my love's not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your tea, which you hurl in the sea when you see me go by. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. But even despite our estrangement, I'm your man. You'll be back, soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You'll remember that I served you well. Oceans rise, empires fall. We have seen each other through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. Da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da ya da 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 da. You say our love is draining and you can't go on. You'll be the one complaining when I am gone. And no, don't change the subject, 'cause you're my favorite subject. My sweet, submissive subject. My loyal, royal subject. Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You'll be back like before. I will fight the fight and win the war. For your love, for your praise. And I'll love you till my dying days. When you're gone, I'll go mad. So don't throw away the thing we had. 'Cause when push comes to shove, I will kill your friends and family to remind them of my love. Da 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 ya da ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da ya da da. Everybody. Da 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 ya da ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da ya da ya da 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 ya da.